right, Brittany. So this activity, we're going to talk about our speech helpers. So here's an example for you to look at. And as you can see, just like you and I and everybody else that we know, we have all of these different speech helpers. So we all look the same. So if you want to hold on to that. All right, so we have many speech helpers. So we have our brain, we have our lips, our teeth, our tongue, our voice box, and our lungs. And there's some more too, but we're going to talk about those ones today. So our lungs, that helps us take deep breaths, and that's where we keep all of our air. So that's what we need to produce our words that we say. And then we go into our voice box. So that is what produces our voice. So we have vocal folds in there. So when you speak, the air goes through those, and then your other speech helpers that we're going to get to is what forms your words. All right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to review really quick. What are those?
Lungs.
Good. And then what is that one?
Voice box.
Perfect. You're doing great. All right. So then we're going to keep going up, and then we're going to get to our mouth. So in our mouth, we have our tongue, our teeth, and our lips. So as I was saying, that is what forms our words. So we have our air, then they go through our voice box, and then in our mouth is where we form them. So mouth, that's what makes our word. All right, so what 3 speech helpers are in our mouth?
Tongue, lips, and teeth.
Great. All right, so now there's one more. So that's going to be our brain. And so what our brain does is it helps us think about what we're going to say. So that tells our body what we want to do, and then all of our other speech helpers listen to the brain and make our words. All right? So now we're going to go through those one more time, and I want you to tell me what each of those do, okay? So what do our lungs do?
Give us air.
Good. And then our voice box?
Vibrates our vocal folds.
Good. And then up into our mouth?
Our mouth forms our voice.
Good. And then what's our last speech helper that we talked about?
Our brain.
Good. And what does that do for us?
Helps us speak and say our words.
Good. So it tells us what to say. All right. So in our voice box, ours are located about right here. So yours is probably about the same. So if we say the sound ah, so you want to try that? Ah. Do you feel that vibrating in there? Mm-hmm. So those are your vocal folds that you're feeling in there. So if you say s, give that one a try. Did you feel anything?
No.
Yep, so that's called a voiceless sound. So you're just letting out the air, and your speech helpers in your mouth are making that sound. So your air is just flowing through the lungs and your voice box and out your mouth. So your mouth is forming that sound. All right, so let's try and say the word car.
Car.
All right, so where was that stuck at? Where did you feel the air stop when you did that?
Back of my mouth.
Yeah, in the back of your throat. So we can stutter on words in many different ways, just like you did with car, or it could be car. So that way it is flowing through. So the air is continuously going out. It's not getting stuck. But both ways are possible.